that's off the chain.
These are little bits of heaven right here. We are full, 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 full.
New Orleans leaves you feeling full.
Well, good gloomy morning from New Orleans. There's no sun behind me. There's 100% chance of rain in the next 2 hours, and we have a walking food tour. This is going to be interesting.
Time for the tour.
Yes, we are here. This is the Destination Kitchens food tour. So this is going to be a little different than tours that we have done in the past. We're not going to record the tour guide because everything that they're going to say is secret and proprietary. So you have to come do the tour yourself. And masks are required during the tour, so we've stepped away from the group to record this, but when we're with the group, we will be wearing our masks when we sit down.
The group's back there.
Yeah, when we sit down to eat, we can take it off, and we'll be recording our experience, mask on, mask off, depending on the situation. But super excited about this because we've never done a food tour of New Orleans. It is raining. So, we have the camera under the umbrella. We are walking. I think our first stop is the French market.
1699, and they brought with them the French techniques and flavors. And in 1718, they created the city.
Well, the rain slowed down a little bit, but we're getting some good information here, learning a lot about the city of New Orleans and the culinary culture of the city. So it's very interesting. Wish I could film a little bit more, but I can't. But we'll get what we can. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and that's it right there.
Place, and a lot of times the French and Italian guys. So the muffaletta, the famous muffaletta, the Italian sandwich, came about here in New Orleans, starting with the Italians. At the French market, a lot of Italians works here, and Mr. Lupo, Salvatore Lupo from the Central Grocery, owns a deli here. Started to make sandwiches for the guys, and it's a big round sandwich, focaccia type of bread with a sesame seed, and it's going to have 3 meat and 2 cheese. So it's got a ham, salami, mortadella, Swiss cheese, and also provolone. And usually what we do here, we're going to put the salad dressing, which is pickled vegetables, and it's going to have celery, cauliflower, and carrots, a little bit of green olives, garlic, and chop with olive oil and herbs, and all that on top of the sandwich. So that should be pretty good.
That's a really good muffaletta.
I mean, what's not to like? There's more than one place to get muffalettas, and it's not just Central Grocery.
Yeah.
And so this is part of the tour. They're going to show us some other alternatives that are just as good. And we just had one, and I will say it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a really, really good sandwich.
Yeah.
Yum. We're at stop number 2, the Market Cafe, and we're getting alligator here. So a few weeks ago we did swamp tours, and they were seeing the live alligators in the swamps. That was really cool. Now we're gonna eat some, but we were told there's 2 different types of alligator meat. There is the live swamp alligators, and then there's the farm-raised alligators that taste a little better than not swampy. So that's what we're gonna have today, is the farm-raised alligator.
So we're going to have, I think, 1 big bowl, so for you guys to share and taste the food, okay? And,
Hopefully this goes way better than my first experience. Yep, it was on a stick, gator on a stick, nice and fried, took a bite, and it was like a big old string of snot.
I think so. Haven't had any in a long time, so I'm willing to give it another try.
All right, so I'm gonna get the Market Mary instead of the Bloody Mary because the waiter recommended it. It's just a little bit spicier, and it's made with Absolute Patron. It's just a little more upgraded. It's only $1 more, so come to the Market Cafe and try a Market Mary.
Tastes good. It tastes like chicken.
I knew you were
It tastes. It really does. It tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken.
Everybody else is going, They're very good. It tastes more like a pork than a chicken to me.
Yeah.
But it's really good. You dip it in the remoulade, which is the mayonnaise, ketchup, and the horseradish and spice mixture. Way better than my first experience, gator on a stick at the fair.
This is fun. Definitely do the food tour here in New Orleans.
So the praline is studied in France by a French chef by the name of Pralines. And the praline becomes a praline, and originally they were almonds coated with sugar. And I remember as a kid, they were often served for sweet occasions like weddings and communions, first communions and baptism. They'd be on the table in the bowl, and I'd be going around, put some in my pocket, and they'd be melting. So my mom would get pissed. So don't put your praline in the pocket, okay? So here in New Orleans, we did a praline with pecan, and we're going to use the sugar from the sugar cane, a little bit of syrup, sugar cane syrup, put a little bit of cream, a little bit of butter, and that's how you make a good praline. The temperature is about 375, and for some of you who want to know how to do it, you can use a thermometer, or you can use the old school of measuring the temperature of sugar with your fingers. That's what I learned when I was a kid. You put your fingers in ice water first, and after that you put them in sugar, and you can roll the size of the sugar balls in between your finger, and you can feel the difference of sizes. You know, the hotter they get smaller. So the big balls, big boulet, the small balls, petit boulet, and when you're right in between, it's the right temperature. Try it next time, but be careful. It might be hot. No? You've
I
done
use
it?
a candy thermometer.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I got some praline here. We have a choice. Some have rum, and some have the regular praline. So if you like rum, you can pick the rum. Okay, so the rum is on the right.
These are little bits of heaven right here.
After that, we're going to go right around the corner to the next place. Get some gumbo, jambalaya, and oysters.
I've made them before. They're difficult to make because you have to get the temperature right. When you get them right, oh, they're so good. But anytime you're in New Orleans, definitely stop and get you some pralines because they're fantastic. Give me that rum one. I can try them both because you know Jason doesn't eat sugar. Oh, you can definitely taste the rum. It's got a totally different flavor. We're at Creole Cookery, and we're gonna have gumbo, jambalaya, and oysters.
So the way I learned how to make the gumbo, I started as a chef here in New Orleans working for the Palace Cafe, and I wanted to learn. So I got the book from the company and I got the recipe.
Okay, I am a happy man. You saw those oysters, right? Charbroiled oysters are one of my favorites. And jambalaya, I make this all the time, so I can't wait to see how mine stands up to this.
Very good. So their sausage is cut really thin, which I like. It's good, really good. Parmesan on top.
That goes in the jambalaya. So the original Creole food was the French and the black
Jason
mixed
Taffy.
together. So that's the
So
style of
good.
cooking of New Orleans. So when you go to the restaurant now,
Amazing.
That's the best thing. So the gumbo,
More Creole.
so now you see that
very dark roux.
dark brown color.
Not as much rich flavor, like seasoning, as I like. Oh, interesting. It's good. It's good.
It's almost like a gravy.
So I pulled up the perfect bite. It's got a little chicken, a little sausage, a little rice, a little roux in there. Yeah, it's very brothy. I like the sausage they've used in it too. That's not andouille, I don't think.
Not bad, huh? You're doing good.
It's really good.
So,
Okay, so he was talking about the differences between Cajun and Creole. And to me, you can look at a dish and tell if it's Cajun or Creole by the color of it. So this jambalaya is definitely a Creole jambalaya because it's got that red tomato base, where the gumbo is very dark roux, and that's a Cajun roux. So let me show you the difference. We are here at the end of our tour. You start and you end right here at Rue Royal on Royal Street. And the first thing they gave us that we haven't tried yet are these the first thing they gave us are these praline cookies. So I saved it for the end, even though they gave it to us at the beginning. But let me try one of these cookies to end our food tour. That's a sweet little butter cookie. That's good. So I really enjoyed this food tour. I liked how we walked around. We got history of New Orleans as we walked. Then we got several different stops and got to try all the different foods. It's more food than you can eat, in my opinion. I couldn't eat it all. I'm quite full, but I thought that was a great food tour.
Okay guys, so it's dinner time and we finally made it to Oceana's. First impression, blown away. The atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. The biggest place I've been to.
Yeah, it's deceiving because on the front of the street it doesn't look that big, but you come in and it keeps growing and growing and growing, and we're on the second floor and it keeps growing and growing and growing.
The thing is there's all this construction always going on downtown, so there's these big construction walls right in front of it. Guys, go through the construction zones, come into Oceana's, and it opens up. It's a whole like world in here. It really is.
It is. I got a margarita. Y'all know I love margaritas. That's a good margarita. So it doesn't have that tang, you know, like sometimes you make the margarita face. That's a good sweet margarita. Very
You
good.
always make the margarita face.
But this one didn't make me make the margarita face. That's like a really good margarita. Because it's smooth. Good.
Then we have the hurricane. Sunday morning fruit punch on the back porch, watching the sunrise. That's what this reminds me of. I swear to you, with a kick. All right? This will get you ready for church. I got the dozen oysters. On the oyster, suck it down. Oh my goodness. No sand, no dirt, no grains. I'm not chewing on crunchy bits. That is smooth. This is the entree. We got the special tonight, which is the blackened red snapper sitting on a bed of roasted corn medley and a side dish of chicken and sausage jambalaya. So this is a plate of New Orleans right here. So let's dig in. Damn. I'm digging this. This is good.
Crab cake is kind of my thing. There's a lot of crab meat in there. Very flavorful. It's got a nice crust on the outside. Okay, so these are mashed red potato skin on. You can see the skin still on there. That to me is what makes a good mashed potato. The red potatoes have more flavor to them than the russet potatoes. You gotta smell the desserts first before you eat them. Hot. Alright, so it's dinner time. We're going into the Court of the Two Sisters. This is another historic restaurant, trying new things. This has been here since 1832. That's pretty cool. Let's go give it a try. Hey, honey. Wow, check out this place. So we are at the Court of the Two Sisters for dinner tonight. We keep finding these little New Orleans gems that have been here forever and we just didn't know about them. This restaurant's been here since 1832. How did we not know about this place? The reason it's called the Court of the Two Sisters is this is a courtyard. We are sitting outside. Our roof is literally vines. I've never seen anything like that. I walked in, I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest place ever. So yeah, what's above us is not a roof, it's vines with lights in them. So we've got good lighting. They have quite the extensive drink menu here as well. Lots and lots and lots. But the food looks really good. So we asked the waitress, what do you recommend? And she said the boudin stuffed pork chop, which is what I was eyeing anyway. So I think that kind of made my mind up of what I'm going to be ordering. So I was looking at this extensive drink menu, and in the back is the origin of the cocktail. So I have to read this to you. It says how the cocktail got its name. In the beginning, somewhere around 1830, or perhaps earlier, an imaginative apothecary, who was a druggist back then, named Antoine Pichard, unwittingly created the first cocktail. In his shop, just 2 blocks from where we are now, he dispensed his own special potion of bitters mixed in a favorite French cognac. For friends only, of course, not for strangers. He served this medicinal dose in a unique crockery, double-ended egg cup. So like, think about what we do to poached egg in, a little egg cup, called by the French a coquette. Hold on, let's try this. They've got the pronunciation. Coquettre. 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 Coquettre? There are many thoughts on how this word evolved into cocktail, the most popular being a mispronunciation of the French. Go figure, because it's spelled C-O-Q-U-E-T-I-E-R. Anyway, in the time, the therapeutic value was replaced by the artistic efforts of New Orleans mixologists. So I think that's kind of interesting. The history of cocktails here in New Orleans started right here in New Orleans. I'm being spoiled again. Fresh bread. And fresh butter. 2 breads because Jason's not going to eat his. Oh yeah. Bread test. It's soft. It's crunchy. You can't beat good bread like that. I cannot look at a menu that has crab cakes on it without getting them. So I've cut into this and you can see the thick, they're really thick.
So ladies, we're gonna get you to drink.
The more you chew it, the better it is. Because at first you get the crunch, Then you get the taste of the crab, and then the heat comes. There's some serious spice up in there. All right, so I've got the boudin stuffed pork chops. First of all, this plate is massive. I don't know, there's no way I can eat all this food. So you've got the pork meat, the spicy boudin, and then the sweetness from the sauce. Oh my gosh, all right.
I got the 6-ounce filet with a spinach cream sauce, and it is sitting on a mound of mashed potatoes, which we're gonna stay clear of those, but let's take a bite of the filet. Pretty good.
Will you try a bite of mine? Right?
Oh, man. Holy.
Right?
That's off the chain.
I told you to stop ordering the steak.
That's
You
flavor.
always get disappointed when you order the
That's
steak.
Flavor Town.
All right, so I took a bite of his steak, and I don't eat steak as much as he did, and I find it very good. It's a very tender filet, and I love the spinach cream béarnaise on top of it. I think it's delicious.
Mine was really good, but Elisa's, I mean, that was surprised me. That was so good.
Yeah. So, but he inhaled that steak.
It's gone.
So it's gone.
Totally gone.
I still have half a pork chop left. So
I'm eating a little bit of the potatoes left. Oh, but we're gonna skip out on dessert. We had a wonderful experience here. The atmosphere is
the best.
stellar.
I haven't been to a restaurant
best.
that has this kind of atmosphere.
No.
It's awesome.
It's the best. The food was really good. I absolutely recommend coming here. We've been to New Orleans so many times. We've never seen this place. There's so many places to see, you guys. It's hard to see them all, but
Yeah.
you guys come to the Court of Two Sisters and
Order the pork chop.
order the boudin stuffed pork chop with that sweet glaze. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas dinner, but
Better.
times 12. It is so good. That's one of the best things I've eaten in a long time.
Yeah. Woo. We are full.
New Orleans leaves you feeling full
Yes, it does.
all the time.
In a good way.
In a good way. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, my glasses aren't strong enough. All right, cut, start over.
Okay. Take 2.
All right, so that concludes our trip to the Court of Two Sisters.